So you're new to insurance and you're kind of wondering what's next. Well, let's go through the path of what I've been through and what options you have. If you're essentially brand new, you don't have a job, you got a license, or you went to college, which I don't quite fully understand going to college for insurance. I guess maybe if you're going to be in the head industry or whatever you want to call it, you're going to be the CEO of a company, then great. Yeah, that's amazing. Anyways, you got a degree, you got a license, whatever the case is. What's the next step? I need to become an agent. So you have to decide whether you're going to be a captive agent or independent agent, or you're just going to be an employee. They're technically captive agents if you're going that route, if you're just going to be an employee as well. So my career started off at Farmers Insurance. It was 21st Century at the time, and they spent a month licensing us. We got through it. I was lucky enough to pass on my first try. Pat myself on the back. I'll probably never pass it again if they gave it to me. It was the worst test in the world. Let me know in the comments below how many times you took it. I've got some friends that have took it 7. I think the most I've heard of is 9. And whatever, it is what it is. But you passed. That's all that matters. Once you've gotten through it, they tell you to forget everything. They said everything you learned in this test, forget it all. It's gone. Just we're going to teach you our way, which is really weird because you're like, how is that legal? It's because the test is designed to give you the basics and trip you up over the words that they say and the ways that it can be said. And I get that part because now 10 years later, being in the industry, there's a billion different situations that I've come across, and they're always different. And they always have different little tweaks where they had an accident, but it was their niece, it's his friend's cousin who has no insurance, but his mom does. And do you cover them? But you're in a PIP state because they cover medical, and there was somebody hurt in the back whose laptop went out the window and hit somebody else's car. So it's going to happen. You got to learn the pieces of it. That's something you're going to learn over time. There's a lot of things that you're going to learn as you go, and there's a lot of pieces you're going to have to understand. So being in that sales role, you really need to focus on talking to people. That's really the only way to get you the most experience. If you haven't decided, like I said, independent versus exclusive agent, I'm going to link a video here that you need to watch after this one to help you decide which one's the route to go. Personally, I am all for independent agents. I've been in the agency where I worked at Farmers for 6, almost 7 years, and I sold a crap ton of insurance. It was great. It was amazing. I made a lot of money. Ultimately, what I ended up doing is I left there to become an independent agent for a company because I don't have gobs of money and I have a family to take care of, so I couldn't just start my own. And that led me to where I am now, where I am actually working on building an agency. As you saw in my previous video, I explained the computers and kind of the tech piece of it, of what to buy if you're going to become an agency owner. I've kind of grown over $4 to $5 million worth of business that I've written. Ultimately, most of it was given to another company because I was an employee. None of it mattered to me because I was making good money. But now that I look back at it, I wish I would have taken a lower salary to have that book where I wouldn't have to do as much work as I do today. In order to grow something like that, you really need to build something that creates about $30,000 to $40,000 in premium per month. You're not going to get paid as much as you think you will. I'll link some videos below where you guys can watch some average costs and pays that insurance agents have. It's on my other channel, which is more customer focused. But ultimately, it leads into what's your next step? Talking to customers. It's all about getting the person to talk to. If you can't afford, I recommend independent agent on your own. That's not an easy route for most people. It costs money. You're going to pay up front. You got to get appointed with companies, which is a hassle. And you have to go that route as far as getting your own customers and whatnot. The company I currently work for, and I am franchising out a sub company from them, offers that option. So this isn't a pitch for them by any means. But if you're interested, let me know in below and I'll get you contacted with one of those guys. You essentially can buy your way into the industry, but I would recommend that you get your feet wet and understand like what it takes to be an agent before you just start off hiring people and growing. If you're a business owner and that's the place you want to go, that makes all the sense in the world because you know how to manage it. But you need to have someone that's going to walk you through those steps. Different companies that train the customers for you, they put them live on the floor, and then you maintain them. You really have to have in the back end a skill with sales. You have to have some sort of manager that can sell and manage employees. So the next step is to learn the parts of insurance, the pieces that you have to know to be successful as an agent. I am going to go over that in the course that I'm creating that will be for new agents that are looking to start their path and grow. But in the meantime, what I would recommend is let's just go over it. I'm going to put a video here that you can watch that will go specifically in what you need to know in general when talking to the average customer. Go ahead and watch that, and I will see you in the next one.